What's up, guys? What's going on? TK here. So we are going to go over how to install Kali Linux 2020.4, inside VirtualBox. So this will be the first of many videos in how to become a penetration tester. So the first thing is you want to set up your lab. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get our lab set up, and then we're going to go into navigating the Linux system. Then we're going to go into information gathering and scanning and enumeration, and on into exploitation, post exploitation, and then into report writing. Okay, so let's get started with the first step into your journey into becoming a penetration tester. So the first thing you want to do is get your lab set up. So we're going to go here to VirtualBox. I'm assuming that you know how to go to virtualbox.org and download the latest version of VirtualBox. And then once you do that, you can go to kalilinux.org or kali.org and download the live version of, or the installer of Kali Linux, of the latest release of Kali Linux. So once you got that done, then you're going to come here and you're going to click on new. Then you're going to want to name it. I'm just going to name it Kali Linux. And then you're going to want to come down here to where it says type and make sure it's checked on Linux. And then you want to come down here that says version. Now, I always like to go down here to Debian because Kali Linux is based off of the Debian version. So we're going to go click on next. Now here is the memory size. I like to give it a dedicated 2 gigs, 2500, 2.5 gigs, of memory. You want to click next, and now you're going to create with a virtual hard disk. So going to create, hit next, or click create. And now you're going to want to go to virtual hard disk image. So you're going to click next. All right, now you want to leave it at the dynamically allocated. So just click next. Here, I like to give my hard disk at least 25 gigs of space. So that will handle a lot of the updates that you have. And if you want to download some files or, go to git clone and do whatever you need to. So that should help your system a little bit. Okay. So then you're going to want to go on, click create. So now that we have our box ready to go, then you can right click on that and go to settings, or you can go to settings up here too, but I just right click on and go to settings. Okay, so now here is where you want to get everything set up. You can just leave this as default. Here you want to uncheck here and go to make sure network is checked off. Okay, you want to go to processor. Now some computers will have 4, 6, whatever cores. I only have 2 on this computer, so I will give it access to two cores because it will make it faster. And if you're doing a lot of stuff on your VirtualBox, you will definitely want that power. Okay, so then you can go down here to display. I like to increase it just to about 100, just to kind of give it a rich, robust feel. Okay, then we go down here to storage. Now this is where you will install your box. Okay, so you want to click on empty, and then you're going to go to this little circle right here, and this is where you're going to choose your virtual disk. I'm going to choose disk file, and wherever your Kali Linux distro is located, mine is in downloads. So we're just going to click open, and it's going to attach it. All right, so now you want to click down audio. That's fine. Go here to network. Now I'm going to install some network keys, so I'm going to give it access to the outside world, and you want to click on bridged adapter. Okay, and then you want to go promiscuous mode and just allow VMs, so that right now you're going to download all the necessary software that you're going to need, and that's just going to give it access, all the access that it's going to need. And this will also come into play when you start to develop your lab, and you maybe had some vulnerable machines, is like Kyoptrix or My Expense, that you can go to VulnHub and download. This will also come into play there. So, but right now we are good to go. So then you're just going to click OK. And then you're going to want to go down here and just click start, normal start. And it's going to do what it's going to do. Okay, you can just hit cancel here. Now, you can scroll down here to where it says graphical install and just go ahead and hit. Okay, so here now, just going to click English, United States, American English. And just let it do its thing here. Okay, now that it's done, it's going to say, please enter the host name for this system. The host name is a single word that identifies your system to the network. If you don't know what your host name should be, consult your network administrator. Now, so basically what this is if you've ever seen a Linux distro, this will be, your host name will be the behind the @ sign. So if your username is going to be Thomas the Dank Engine, it will be Thomas the Dank Engine @Cali. You'll see that in your terminal. Okay, so this will determine your host name. So I'm just going to have my host name be the name of my company, Cybertech Systems. And now I'm just going to click continue. Domain name you can leave blank. And my hacker tag is ominous, so I'm just going to put that in there. Then I'm going to click continue. I'm going to leave that the same. So this is going to be my username. So on my terminal, it will say ominous @Cybertech Systems. Okay, that's what we want. Now you can just go ahead and click whatever password you want. I'm just going to make it the standard root. Going to click continue, and going to go down here to central. Going to hit enter, continue. So I want you to go ahead and use the entire disk. These other options are for the different types of encryption. So, but we're just going to use the first one, use entire disk. So you're going to hit continue. All right, and that's the one that you want. We set that at the beginning, so that's the one. And since we're going to do this manually, do it ourselves, or do it automatically, I'm sorry, we're going to hit continue and continue again. And now it says, do you want to change it to disk? And yes, continue. So now it is installing the system, and once it's done, I will come back to you. Okay, so once it's through downloading, you'll come to this screen, and you will want to definitely connect your network mirror, because this is where you will get connected to the repository. So when you go to update your system and upgrade your system, this is where it's going to pull from. So you won't have to go into your etc file and configure it manually. So just go ahead and click yes, click continue, leave that blank, and let it configure. Configure the package manager. So now once it's installed the grub bootloader, we'll come back to it. So now it's going to install the grub bootloader on your primary drive, or it's asking you to, and you're just going to click yes. And now here you want to make sure that you click down to your VirtualBox hard drive, not the entire device manually, but go to the dev SDA VirtualBox hard disk, and then click continue. Now it's going to say finishing the installation, and it'll go through 1 or 2 more steps, and that'll be it. Okay, so now that the installation is complete, you'll just click continue one more time, and it will finish. Okay, so once the installation is complete, it will be brought to the login screen, to where you will type in your username and your password. And that's it. So on the next video, we are going to learn how to make Kali Linux full screen. All right, guys, thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.